Okay, this is a role play for a class assignment, and this is not a real counseling session. So welcome. What brings you in today?
I have an addiction problem.
Okay, so what would you say that you are addicted to?
I'm
Walk
a,
me through that.
I'm addicted to a lot of things. I'm addicted to piercings, tattoos, anger, and
Okay,
love.
okay. Why would you say you're addicted to those variety of things?
Because the thing is, I grow up, right? I don't like looking the same for too long. Because when I look the same, it kind of, I don't know, it just looks just boring. And I like to enhance myself. Makes me look better. Makes me feel better. You know?
Okay, so you said you want to feel better, you want to enhance yourself, you want to kind of be different, so to say. So what does that mean to you when you do those different things? What does that mean to you?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so how do you feel when you go between the different phases that you go through? Because you said you like to look different, you like to enhance yourself. So how does that make you feel when you do those things?
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, I can, I mean, I go from this to that. Without getting surgeries and
Hmm.
everything. There's different ways you can make yourself look better. Like people nowadays, girls, they want to get surgery, make their
Hmm.
boobs big, all that. I don't want to do all that. They want to they want to physically change themselves. I just want to, add things like this
Hmm.
little small things, nothing.
Little small things.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about who are you? Who are you? Who are you to yourself? Who do you portray yourself to be? Who are you?
I'm Sierra. I'm a little wild thing. I don't try to be, but I just am.
Okay, so going, you said you're a little wild. Go in depth to me on what you mean by that so that I can understand you.
Like my personality, I'm crazy. Like it's just who I just like. I don't like being boring. I like to have fun, be alive.
Hmm.
I don't like to just sit around and just do nothing. I like to have fun, laugh, all that stuff. And
Hmm.
sometimes I go, well, a lot of times I go overboard.
Hmm.
But I mean, that just it makes the environment. The environment's better.
Okay, so you walk me through how you want to look different, which is why you get the piercings and the tattoos, and that makes you love yourself, so to say, because you said your love is part of those things. But walk me through the anger part. What do you mean by you have an addiction, so to say, towards anger? Walk through me what you mean by that. What experiences have made you felt that way?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect, but I do talk about people. Everybody talks about people. If they say that they don't, and that's rude, they're lying. Because everybody talks about people different ways, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just how I am. I wouldn't consider myself a bully, because I don't go to their face and I don't be like, ooh, look at you, unless they my friends or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I do kind of come off a little aggressive and rude sometimes.
Okay, so you're saying you come off as a little aggressive and rude. So you're saying maybe other people may perceive you as that,
Yeah.
but as they may perceive you as being angry and stuff. But
Mhm.
would you say that you're angry coming from your own self, not thinking about what other people think? What would you say?
50-50.
Okay.
It really depends. I don't try to be angry, but the thing is with me is like people judge me a lot because I have piercings and tattoos. They think that I'm just like I'm like what, like how can I say? They think I'm just like
Maybe a little rough around the edges.
yeah, and well I am a little bit, but I'm not as much as what they think that I
Right.
am. They think like I'm fast and stuff like I'm nothing like that.
Hmm.
I just like looking good. That's just nothing wrong with that.
And that's coming from you within and having your own identity
Yeah.
and being familiar with yourself. But people don't understand that. That's why it's important that we just live our own lives and be
Yeah.
happy within ourselves. And if you're happy, that's all that matters because
Exactly.
you can only live that life. They can't live it for you. So, going into this session, what do you want to accomplish? Or what are some goals that you want to reach within being here? Or things that you want to accomplish?
I know I want to release some steam.
Okay. What do you mean by you want to release steam?
Like I am a little angry sometimes, but that's just because people make me be angry. People know how I am, and they know I get angry real fast. I don't try to be, but they know certain things make me angry.
Hmm.
If it's nothing like happy and funny, it kind of make me angry, and people they use that against me because they know I'm gonna get angry. So they like to see my reactions and how what I'm gonna say, how I comment and stuff like that. And I'm
Mhm.
trying to be here and try to not get so easily offended and just live easily and not all the times be in attack mode 24/7. Just be chill about it.
Okay. So you mentioned it's kind of like how you comment. You said how you comment to people, how you say things in regards to people.
Hmm.
So what do you think you can do to kind of bypass that anger, to like move away from that anger? What do you think you can do?
I play basketball. I
So
listen to
okay.
music. I pray. I talk to my siblings and just I try to go like on Instagram and things and
Mhm.
try to look at funny videos,
Mhm.
and I see funny videos. I record them on my phone because
Mhm.
they got the new feature on the iPhone, and I send it to my siblings, and then they comment on it and they laugh, and that makes me happy. Like I like to be happy. I don't like to be
Mhm.
mad or none of that. Because when I'm
Mhm.
mad, and I tend to take it out on people, and I know I shouldn't do that. And
Mhm.
then when it's too late, I think to myself, dang, why did I do this? Why did I do that?
Mhm.
And then I try to go back and make things better. Which when I shouldn't do that, I should just already be not going off on people.
Mhm. So what I took it as, you tend to surround yourself about things that kind of uplift you, things that make you happy. You mentioned your brothers, your sisters, you sending them videos, just being around people that make you laugh. So have you thought about when you get into those angry situations, have you thought about some techniques that you can do as far as just to calm you down and to kind of remove yourself from that place?
I try, but when I'm in the when I'm in the situation,
Hmm.
like when I'm happy or I'm just regularly like just doing stuff, I'll be like, when I'm mad, I'm gonna just do this, I'm gonna do that. But
Hmm.
when it's actually in the situation, it's kind of like I don't go about it like that because I'm just like, dang.
Just going off impulse kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and it's just like, dang, like I know I could do better, but I just feed into negative energy. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the devil. He just he be working, and
Hmm.
and I know I'm always falling for it, but dang, it's just so what's the word? It's so tempting.
Okay, so you said the devil, he works, and I'm listening to you talk. You sounds like you're close to God. So if
Very.
you were to think about what he would want you to do, because yeah, the devil's gonna always tempt us and want us to do things. Have you just thought about just walking away?
Yes, and I try so hard. I be biting my tongue. I try so hard to walk away, but some things I gotta do it, or else it's just like,
Defending yourself,
yeah,
which is okay. But
especially with teachers.
sometimes in certain situations it's okay to defend yourself, and then sometimes in certain situations you gotta be like, let me breathe
Woosah.
and let me go ahead and walk away, even if they just keep talking. Because you know what? Sometimes when we get older, we got to realize, hey, I'm the bigger person.
Yeah.
God may do things to see how I'm going to react. And I don't want to fail that test that He's giving me. So let me be the bigger person, not because not because I want to just back away, but because I will maybe want to show God that, hey, this is the person that you made me to be. So let me just turn and walk away and have a conversation with Him
Oh, I never thought of it being a test. I
and
never
say
thought of it.
and say maybe God, kind of walk away. God, what do you think about this? What you think I should do? Because He's only gonna want the best. He's not gonna say, oh, go ahead, turn back around and go back into the situation.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not gonna happen overnight, but that's something that we're gonna have to kind of ease into and get familiar with until it becomes like a routine.
Hmm.
To be like, hey, let me just keep walking away. Let me show them that I'm bigger than this, and eventually they're gonna be like, dang, I still can't get to her. Let me go and get to somebody else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So tell me overall, how do you feel about yourself?
Oh, I love myself 100%. And
Okay.
I'm the type of person like I feel like I'm right, whatever the situation is. I feel
Mhm.
like if it's a situation and it's not going about the right way, I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you.
Mhm.
I'm not the type of person to just walk away. Like we'll be in class sometimes, and somebody always want to bring religion into it,
Mhm.
and some teacher was just like, I feel like we're made by monkeys, and I'm not
Mhm.
gonna, I'm not even gonna go into that because it was just so stupid. But
Mhm.
when people always do stuff like that, situations like that makes me want to blow up something because I know people are not always going to be on the same page. People got their
Yeah.
opinions, But it's just like some things you got to keep to yourself because there's a lot of Christians in the situation, and I feel like that's one of God's tests, a big test. Like,
Is defending him, so to say.
yeah, and I defend him a lot, and and I feel like he has blessed me in a way. And one thing I'm starting to be, I'm not gonna say I'm starting to change because I'm not changing. I still gonna be the same person. But I feel like God is putting me in situations and He's gonna bless me more because I start buying people things, even though it's my mama money. If that's not the point. The point is that I do good and it will follow
To
me.
produce good.
Yep.
So you mentioned how your teacher said what she said, how you didn't like it, how you feel like people are kind of testing you, so to say, because they know that you're close to God. They know how you feel. It's like they're kind of pushing your buttons because they know how to get to you.
Yep.
So if you're thinking about that and going back to the angry phase that you were telling me about, have you thought about, yes, we should defend him, but defend him, so to say, defending God, so to say, not in an angry spurt, but defending God in a positive light,
Yes,
and defending God in a happy light, killing them with kindness, so to say. They do something, instead of you mocking them or doing X, Y, and Z, kind of letting them see like, dang, I said what I said, but she's giving me positive things and making me even think, kind of reaching them better than they can reach themselves. Kind of just showing them this is the goodness of God, and I'm going to spread positive lights into it. Does that make sense, so to say? It's kind of like spreading the joy, spreading the goodness of God, like how He would want us to do for each other. So instead of defending him, so to be angry,
and it makes situations bad.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, it's just gonna make the situation worse. Yeah. But you're trying to make it better.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, you're trying to defend him, but it's not going like you want it to, maybe because how you're going about it. So even though they're negative, two wrongs necessarily doesn't make it right.
Yep.
So sometimes you gotta just keep being the bigger person. Going back to what we talked about earlier, being the bigger person, killing them with kindness. Because at the end of the day, you know your relationship with God. They may not have a relationship with God that they want or that they need. So they're struggling. And so since they're struggling, that may be why they're lashing out. Have you thought about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what can you change about your unwanted behaviors? You talked to me about your anger. What can you do as far as changing that?
Looking at situations differently. Because as soon as I see a situation that's bad, I automatically think negative. And I gotta stop and just think, well, what's the positive thing out of it? And usually when I think the positive, it be positive. But when I think negative, it just happens negative.
So you just almost had like what's the word? A solution to something that wasn't even a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so this goes into my next question. What are your strengths? What do you think are some of your strengths?
Like what do you mean?
Some things that you're good at, good qualities that you have, the best things out of you. It could be a whole bunch of things.
I'm good at having fun. That's one
there
thing.
You go.
When somebody's sad, crying about a situation, I uplift them and make them think differently about situations and make it happier and not make things sadder. Like some people have pit parties for themselves, and I usually try not to make it that way because like what if this person, So I'm good at uplifting people.
And that's good. So that's bringing that positive light to situations. So when situations happen, like with the teachers and people that may want to make you angry, press your buttons, uplift them. Or if you'd be like, man, I don't know how I'm going to uplift them. Let me walk away and leave the situation alone. Or at least let me walk away and talk to God about how together we can make the situation better. God can be your teammate, your partner, your best friend. He's going to make it better. So that was going to go into my next question. What ways can you make a situation better or more improved? You said uplifting them. So you had already answered the next question. So now what I want to go into, we talked about spirituality. We talked about God. Talk to me about your relationship with God and what spirituality means to you.
God is my best friend. Like every time something's wrong, I gotta go to Him 24/7. People think just because I act a certain way and I do certain things that God is not in my life,
right?
And they don't know what
they don't know you.
Yeah, they don't know the relationship I have with anybody, and I don't like when people like judge me like that. That's what I'm saying. Me and God have a relationship nobody else can bring, and that's how it should be with everybody, everything. And when I have that relationship with Him, nobody can take that away from me. We know each other, and that's perfect.
Okay, so this is what I want to talk about last. what can you do in regards to looking forward and building hope? What can you do as far as looking forward, building hope?
Praying
There
and
you
just
go.
going about things the right way. That's what I've just really been like. And don't think of the negative things.
Okay. Okay. So I think this was great. I noticed a lot of different things that you said and how you were uplifting yourself. It was great seeing you involved in your life and seeing you care for others in the way that you do. So, the last note I want to say is just to keep flourishing your life, keep flourishing, keep having a clear mind, and have a better outlook on life like you already have. You're doing great, and I appreciate you for talking with me, and I hope to see you again.
Appreciate you coming in.